Okay, explain to me what you were jamming out to.
Ooh,
No. Spade was asking if we're dual streaming. I was like, yeah.
Oh, I
yeah.
thought you were.
No, 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 no.
Oh, I was listening to it
I
was a
can't get
special live
no.
edition of DJ Bucketheads.
Oh, oh.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He sent me his album. It's very
An
mind blowing.
album.
Oh, he's out here
I'm
making
making shit up.
tracks.
I don't know. I'm making that shit up. I don't know.
Okay, all right. Well,
You
hey.
skipped the entire single release and EP. You went straight to an album. That's
Yes,
nice.
yes, yes. He'll be a multi-millionaire by Friday.
Oh yeah, yeah. 'Cause that's how DJs do it.
Yes.
I.
Here is playing at a big festival in Belgium this year.
Oh yeah, is that Tomorrowland?
Yeah, yeah. No.
How do you get that gig?
It's who you know.
No, it's not. It's not who you know. It's who you blow. It's with everything. Yeah, okay. I want to talk about some fun stuff today because I made a huge announcement on Friday, and I feel like I have to do a follow up. Right now, I know a lot of you are not real. Well, I don't know about a lot of you. I don't know about you guys. Oh God, the amount of stuff, man, that the internet is just a, just a bouquet of roses. You know, there's something about the internet.
Eight of roses covered in poop particles. Yeah, sure.
I am
But
so.
but it,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, but it also depends on where on the internet we're looking at.
YouTube,
Like we
Reddit.
know, right? But I feel like YouTube comments are not as bad as Reddit because Reddit is like the worst of the worst show
Why?
up at Reddit.
Why would Reddit? Why would Reddit be the worst of the worst? Why is that?
Well, okay. So on YouTube, usually it's tied into your email account that people, so you don't want to lose your email account, right? But depending on what you say. Now on Reddit, if you lose that account, then you give a shit because you can sign up for another account.
Okay, but why do you think that more people talk shit on Reddit than they do YouTube? I mean, I get the argument that they'll delete the account, but then why not just make a fake account on YouTube and do that? I don't think that that's
It's
a
the
good
same
point.
principle.
Yeah, I don't.
I don't
My
know, I always
argument
feel like
is, for some reason, right? Like if I want to find the worst of the worst comments about me, Reddit. Reddit is the.
see?
I don't want to diss Reddit as a whole because I don't know if that's fair. I haven't browsed all the different subreddits to really venture in and see what they're like. But what I have done is I've browsed the Reddit channels that are about me, and I just
Reddit is a cesspool.
and that's why I said I don't want to judge all of Reddit, right? Because in my mind, I want to say the same thing, right? But there are some Reddits where people are nice-ish.
Right, but that means
Ish.
that just because you're talking about people on the internet doesn't mean that everybody on the internet is bad, right? So there's always some sort of
Majority is.
Mm, I would have to say that a majority of the internet is terrible.
That's because they're hiding behind a name.
And it's getting worse.
The guy in the
That's other
comment section on YouTube, right, said he was gonna roll up on me and pop the tires.
Nice.
He
Who? The
sounds-
millionaire? Right?
Yeah, he's gonna roll up on me and pop the tires.
He
Feels
did
like
have
he was
difficulty
sounds
choosing which one of
Caucasian.
his 64, 67, no, 47 cars he was going to use to roll up on you. But I mean,
Do you know what that means to roll up and pop someone's tires? You do? What? Tell me. Tell me what you think that means, Matthew. We're gonna go. Let's go clockwise. Jordan, what do you think pop the tires on your ass means? Like, what do you think that means?
For some reason, I kind of imagine a drive-by, and he just shoots
at the tires. Okay. Matthew, what do you think it means to pop the tires?
I think it it means pop you.
Oh, pop me. And what do you think it means, Spade, if I say I'm going to roll up on your ass and pop your tires? What do you get out of that?
You're going to pew me.
Okay, see, now I don't get any of that. Let me tell you what I get by roll
You
up
really
on
think they're
me.
going to pop your tires?
No.
Oh,
I
okay.
think he thinks that I live in a trailer that's on wheels and he's going to pop my tires.
Wow.
I'm close.
Okay,
I'm close.
you're close. He is going to pop tires, but here's the thing, right? Tell me you've never watched any of my past 100 videos on my channel. Just
Minimum.
you don't even you know what? If you're gonna roll up on me and pop my tires, my house isn't gonna go nowhere, right?
Well, he did reference to the shop as well, right?
Sure, of course. And then I had to click this guy's channel, right? That's the good thing about YouTube. Reddit, I can see where you've posted before. I can see some of the things. So that doesn't really help me at all unless you post like images of yourself. But on YouTube, anybody on YouTube essentially at some point in time has thought about uploading on YouTube. Yes? Is this fair?
Yes.
It's fair. Matthew, Jordan, at some, whether it is, oh, wow, there's a seagull that is purple. I should probably put that on YouTube so I could get famous, right?
That would
Whatever,
be cool, though.
Whatever it is, you think that you might have created it to make a comment, but you probably created that originally because you wanted to upload. Here's the thing. People upload videos. They don't get any views. They don't get any comments. So they forget that they've uploaded videos. And then they go to talk shit on you and come to pop yo tires. So now I'm going to go check out your channel and see what kind of tires you're working with. Bro?
Oh.
They're that good?
Oh,
really good tires.
Yeah.
Let's do something that's relatable to everybody in here. Let's not talk about troll comments for a minute. I want to get into people's heads, see where your mindsets are. Do you guys care about how much Trump makes? Donald Trump, do you care how much money he makes?
No.
No.
Matthew, no. Okay. Do you care how much Katy Perry made to go up to outer space? I'm going somewhere with this. You don't give a shit. You don't care.
I don't
Do you
about other
care
people's
that
finances.
Jeff Bezos buys a $300 million jet?
Good for him. He's got it. So
Well, okay, so nobody cares. Nobody cares what other people make,
right.
nor do you care about what they do with the money.
Correct.
Why is it on the internet, everybody, and I mean everybody, cares what I do or what anybody does with money and how they make it? Why? That's not weird to anybody to worry about. I can see if you want to do what they do and you worried about like how can I get that? Not so much let me hate on that. Like
Okay.
But you got a
yeah, see,
little
okay, I
green-
woke everybody up real quick. Got it. All right, here we go. Go ahead, Matthew.
You have a little green monster that sits on people's shoulders. It's called envy or jealousy. And then I think most of them are very unhappy, frustrated people that kind of they don't really, well, they hate because they can't achieve the same thing.
So you think it's envy is why people worry about what other people are making and what they're spending their money on.
Yeah, or having a miserable life and having nothing else to do because, and that validates their existence because somebody, I'm going to be nasty on a channel and then somebody's going to respond. Oh, look, I got attention.
They want the
That
reaction.
doesn't really work because in this instance, this guy felt the need to, I wouldn't say confess, but to mention how much he has.
Exactly.
So it wasn't
Exactly.
really about
Exactly.
what Jay has. Like,
But that's what I'm saying. It can't be envy, right? Because if it's envy, you wouldn't be like, oh, you spend your money on this shit. I got all this $1 million in investment. Like that's not envy then. Then you have more than I do, so I should be envy of you. So it can't be envy.
Like I said, I don't think a happy millionaire is.
That's not
be
the point,
on
though.
there and-
Right. But that's not the point. The point is regardless of whether he has $1 million, has $1 million or not, is irrelevant. What is relevant is you're sitting there, you're complaining about what I'm doing with my money and what I'm doing, but then you want to one-up me and say that you're doing this with your money. That's not envy. That's
No, because they're
I
lying.
don't know
That's
what that is.
bragging.
No.
That's
they're,
bragging.
They're lying. No,
No,
it's not
low
even bragging.
self-esteem.
They're lying.
I think it's
they're
that
flat
low
out lying.
self-esteem.
I think it's what Jordan's saying. I think they don't
I
have
think-
confidence in themselves. So, I mean, when you're talking to a dog saying, you want to go pee-pees? Yo, who wants to go pee-pees? You want to go
Oh.
pee-pees? How about we go pee-pees over the vent in my floor? You want to go pee-pees?
I gotta go
Come, why don't you
pee-pees.
come outside, go pee-pees with me? Let's go pee-pees. Who's the... I don't know what happened to Spade. You saw the video though, right? Let's go pee-pees. Who goes pee-pees? You sucking dick when you shut that camera roll off? Because I don't know any grown-ass man that talks like that to their fucking dog, right? Like,
And he keeps doing it to the poor animal. I mean, I at a certain
and he's saying
point
they're
I was
hard.
like, dude,
Of course
it's
they're
in
hard
the
because you're
carpet.
talking to it like it's a fucking puppy. Like you're okay. All right, let's not ad hominem alert.
And then it comes down to people that possess
Well-
a certain level of wealth don't go around professing it. Like there's
That's
certain
what I'm
Is there
saying.
some? I don't think there's anything wrong with professing it.
But you don't need
No,
to.
but that's why I
You
feel
don't
like
need
he's
to,
lying.
because you are now living a certain lifestyle that you don't have to say it.
Yeah, you can kind of just
Maybe
visually
you
see
can.
it. You can
Yeah.
visually say, oh, wow, he's showing up in a 65-foot yacht. It's not like he's working at Salvation Army, right? No, I get that argument, but it's not. I don't think it's envy, right? When you see people, and you guys just, I know Matthew, you're going hard, right? Like you fighting a good fight, and you see a lot of the negativity. I want you. Okay, so I have this script set up, right? I wrote a Python script. Now, anytime my name shows up on the internet, I don't recommend anybody to do this. Anytime my name shows up in the past 24 hours, send me. I have it sent to a Siri shortcut that sends it to an email that sends that email to a text message with the breakdown of all the links. Now, I know you're going to be like, wow, that's neurotic. Hear me out. Hold on, listen.
I want to get one of those.
Hear me out. Listen. It's a very narcissistic thing to do. However, it isn't. One could argue and say, Jay, you are super narcissistic. I'm not defending myself. Just hear me out. If you walk up to somebody and punch them square in the nose, boop, what do you want that person to do? You probably want them to be no. What is if I punch you, boop, in the nose,
Oh.
Spade? What do
I
I
want them to go down.
I want you to go down,
want
right?
them to
Like
go
this
down.
fight's over, you're a pussy, boop,
Yeah.
right on the nose,
That's
you're
it.
dead. Right? I don't know about you're dead. You're broken nose, right? What I'm not expecting you to do is get up and go, boop, boop, punch me back twice in the face, right? So that's, to me, that guy that goes, boop, that's the bully, okay? Now, you boop, boop, you're fighting back. For some reason,
Right.
the guy that fights back gets all the shit, right? Oh, you're letting it bother you. No, I am defending myself. If I don't
Right.
defend myself, right, then I'm just letting you get away with being a fucking cockbag. I digress. So if you're going to put something on the internet talking shit about somebody,
Expect to get something back.
yes, I don't care if that's on YouTube. I don't care if I look at the internet like real life. If you're gonna say something to me and you're gonna and you want to talk about the millions of dollars you have, you better be ready to back it up, and I will be the first motherfucker to say, "Wow, bro, good on you, man. Good on you."
The thing that pissed me off the most, it's not only him, but then they're in a corner, they don't know what to do, and then all of a sudden they start
Yeah.
dragging Brie and Bear into the conversation. That
Always.
pisses me off to no avail.
Well, what is that gonna? You've been in fights before, right, Matty? Like physical fights.
Yeah.
Me and you were in a fight. I don't know. We're boop. Everybody's getting booped, right?
Booping.
I'm on the ground. You're kicking my ass. I don't want to lose this fight. I don't want to die. So what are my options?
Go
Like
for
dirty.
go for the weak parts.
Exact. Right. Right. I'm gonna bite your balls.
Nice.
I'm gonna try to, I don't know, tie your shoelaces really quick. together. So like if you run after me, you'll trip and fall. I'm going to try to do everything in my power. I think that's our primal instinct to survive, even though it's just a fist fight, right? So I think my mindset is people have taken that level to the internet. Like, I am losing this fight. Let me go as low to the belt as possible and then see if that has an effect.
Why? I mean, you biting me and you're trying to bite me in the testicles. That's still one-on-one. That's still you against me. That's not you trying to
well,
hurt
hold
my
on.
kid or hurt
I
my-
got you. I'm going to one-up you again. I'm pulling an internet guy on you. What does the mafia do?
Well, they kind of...
They go after
You
your
and your
family,
family.
right? They go after your family. Who's that? Was it The Sopranos or what was it? Where they? No, that's remember the movie Felon with Val Kilmer, where he killed every single person in that guy's family for Hippo and his daughter. Every person. There was nobody left of that line. That's it. And you all watched that, and that's the anti-hero. Wow, that's the good story. Good, you wiped everybody out. So take everybody down with you. I'm not saying it's okay. I'm just that's their reasoning. But the problem is none of that affects me. Like it doesn't do anything. Nothing.
It is a fact. It says more about the person that is stooping that low, because that means you're a real waste of space. I mean,
And what millionaire does that, right?
yeah. Well,
Typing
What
your own
millionaire
messages?
goes on YouTube to type comments on someone else's video? Please, Spade, I know you spend a lot of time on the internet. Find me a comment on another. Show me Linus. Okay, I got it. Show me Linus Tech Tips talking shit on somebody else's channel in their off time, like with the check mark and under their name, and it's him commenting. You're not gonna find it. Yeah, forget it. Just let it go.
The only person I could think of is 50 Cent. 50 Cent could be the only person, but he doesn't go to other people's videos or posts.
He talks
to
smack
do
on
it.
his own channel.
He makes it on his own thing. He'll go
Oh,
on his
does
own
he still
Instagram.
now?
Yes.
Yeah?
50 Cent trolls everyone. Somebody says something about him.
Okay,
he
but he's
doesn't
not
go
going to
comment
people's
section.
channels. But he's not going to
No,
people's
he-
channels
he
and making
takes it to
comments.
his own.
Okay, then that's
He goes
fine.
to
Then
his
that's
own.
fine. But I'm a drama queen. Fucking 50 Cent out's here talking shit. That's okay though, because he's got money. I just want to make sure.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Because it's 50 Cent.
He's
Duh.
also got the street cred. He got shot 9
Oh, okay.
times.
Oh, hey,
He's
I got
still
shot.
alive.
I got shot. Not on
And
the
you're still
street though.
alive?
Right, but it's not on the street and it's not 9. Wasn't he got shot 9 times or some shit?
Yeah, 9 times.
Yeah, no, I don't got that. That's not.
that on the Reddit as
And
well.
you got shot, what,
it's
twice, right?
It's like
3.
mob mentality.
3 times.
Stupidity of mob mentality, because then one person starts off with going, oh, too bad, end of an era, whatever. You get one hater, and then everybody joins in. But then if you start reading between the lines, like that one dude, oh, I make it a point never to watch any reviews that Jay Hayes does.
Why are you here?
Unless I need specific and correct information.
So you do
about
watch. Oh, I saw that one. So you do
something
watch.
related.
So you do watch. I tell you this. This is gonna sound. Is it? Let's go back. Let's back up. I feel like I'm making this all about me, even though this is my channel. But do you see a negative thing in being narcissistic?
It can have negative things, yeah.
Okay, Spade.
Overly.
Sean?
I agree with Matthew. It could have a negative thing.
If you let it.
Yes.
And what about you, Joan?
Thing is, though,
Because
if
you're
the
not a
negative is
narcissistic. Oh, hold on, Maddie. Joan, you are not a narcissistic person. You are a. I don't know what the exact opposite of narcissistic is, but that's what you are. You are a. It's not a pessimistic. I don't know what it is, but
Optimist.
no, optimist is positive. Narcissist is not like either of those. I don't know what the opposite. I don't know what it is, but what do you think? If you could be narcissistic, Jordan, would you like to be?
Echoism. He's echoism. That's
Is
the
that what it's
opposite.
called?
Echoism.
And that stands for? Because you just Googled quickly the opposite. And
Right. What is the exact
opposite?
opposite of
Yes,
narcissism?
Is that yes? That's what I did. It says echoism is a trait exhibited by people adept at echoing the feelings and needs of others, often at their own expense. Some experts view echoism as the opposite of narcissism, which is
Wait,
more
say
prevalent.
the beginning definition. We could go somewhere with that. Say that beginning part again.
Echoism is a trait exhibited by people adept at echoing the feelings and needs of others,
Stop.
often at their
Right
own
there. Stop. So that is what a lot of what the internet is, right? Black Lives Matter,
Yes.
transgenderism,
Yes.
gayness. That
Yes.
is what the internet is. So when you have that outlier that is not that, automatically he's the other extreme, right? He is narcissistic. Okay, so let's go back. So narcissist. I don't want to take up the whole thing here, but I believe that I do have a lot of narcissistic traits, a lot of them. I am also successful. So if you'd be hard pressed to show me anybody out there that is successful that is not narcissistic.
I was just going to say that, yes, because think about everyone who is on YouTube. You are not a narcissist. If you're not a narcissist, you cannot be on a social media platform.
Absolutely.
And have
'Cause it's all
the
about
people
you.
that you have.
'Cause it's all about you.
Exactly.
Go ahead,
But
Matty.
that's the difference. That's the difference. The question you asked is, can it have narcissism in general? Can it have negative things? Yes, it can.
What?
Does it, if you're a true narcissist, do you have negative things? I don't think, because you don't care.
Right.
So for the
Other people will
narcissist
see it as
itself,
bad.
there is a difference between the
But
negative.
okay, so you're saying the negative is with what other people have with you, but that's not relevant. It's relevant to what is you, right? We live our lives for us, our family, right? Not our friends, right? Our family, the people we love. That's what we live our life for. I saw something interesting the other day, and I want you guys to be honest. Maddie, I know you could be very honest with me and hurt my feelings. Jorn, Spade, I don't think so. Well, maybe Spade. Definitely not Jorn. A narcissist, I don't know if this is accurate, but I just want to say it to you. A narcissist will care more about strangers than they do their own family.
I wouldn't know. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
I would think the opposite.
Yeah. No, it won't be the opposite. A narcissist cares about themselves. So in theory,
Yeah,
if
but
the-
at
if
least the
strangers
narcissist are gonna
being-
keep up
Right, but-
appearances that he cares about his family
Right.
to
Right,
to
but I don't think he cares
simplify
about
his
his-
life.
I don't think so. I think what he's saying might make sense because a narcissist needs what? He needs people to make them feel better about themselves, right?
Do they, though?
So the people that apparently that's
because
what the
no,
definition is.
that's not a narcissist. That's something else. But I
No,
mean,
but a narcissist
a
wants to-
true narcissist doesn't give a crap. It's just me, myself, and I don't care about somebody else. That's a narcissist.
Yeah, I mean, based off a definition, right? A narcissistic personality disorder is a mental health condition. Oh, God, we could dig into that one. In which people have an unreasonably high sense of their own importance. They need
Right.
and seek too much attention and want people to admire them.
Right. So the other people. So going by that definition, listen.
Sorry. I
So
should have.
moving on.
I should have read that before I actually said it.
How about that weather today?
Woo! So, how's everything going over in Belgium?
Nice out.
In other news, the Pope died.
Woo! Okay, all right. So let's go back to that. Let's go back. Go ahead. So what were you saying, Matthew? Jesus Christ. So it is accurate then, right? That you care more about your strangers than you do family, because your family's automatically going to accept you, right? I mean, regardless
Right, but
whether
you
or
want
not.
more. You want more.
Right, and you're not going to get more from the family because you can't I mean, but the point you bring up is valid. That all YouTubers are that way, right? You want someone to subscribe to your channel before somebody else's, right? That's what you want.
Ding, ding.
So
Exactly.
you're everybody on YouTube, everybody on TikTok, everybody on any type of social media that uploads has some form or another of narcissism. Now, with that being said, why is that a negative thing? If I cannot make fun of somebody that has, I got to tread here. If I cannot make fun of somebody, damn. Why are I can't say any of these. Why are some mental health conditions we can't sit and talk about because those are mental health conditions? Not just transgender, right? That could be anything. That could be bulimia. That could be, but we can talk more about how obesity is unacceptable, but we can't talk about how bulimia is not. Those are both mental health conditions, right?
And they're
Right? This is a
opposite
good
ends of
topping
each other.
point. They're
Yes, and they're
both mental health conditions. One could argue one could argue and say that gay and transgender are mental health conditions, right? Because we base it off of what society considers normal, right? Those are out of that, so they could be mental health conditions. It's okay to talk about one, but not the other. Why is that? So it's okay for you to say that narcissism is a bad thing, but what was the other one? Echoism. But echoism, we could probably not talk about that because everybody else is that.
Because
You're muted, Maddie. Maddie, you're muted. You're muted.
The one you just mentioned, the trans and
gay.
whatnot, that is because society, yeah. So let's just say a part of society that's very vocal. They don't like you to label it as a mental condition, although it is.
Okay, but then why do we get shit for talking about that negativity, but someone doesn't get shit for talking about narcissism?
Because they're looking at the greater thing. Because they think that it's worse to be a narcissist than it is to be.
It doesn't matter which one's worse or better. The fact is they're both mental health conditions.
Right.
Which one gets you canceled quicker than the
Exactly.
other?
The narcissist.
The narcissist will get canceled way before an echoist will ever get canceled. And name a famous echoist. You can't.
See, I think it
You
has
can't.
something to do with how easy it is to fix.
How easy? What is the fix? Narcissism?
Well, if you're going with the comparison, right? As a narcissism, it could be easier to show, I don't know, to fake it, to be more compassionate and fake it until you make it. Same with the other disease, obesity, and being bulimic. Society sees a fat person as like, you need to work out a lot and change your diet to get that.
Right.
Now, the really skinny person, you go, well, just eat a sandwich then.
No, but they don't
Because
though.
it's-
But with the skinny person, they're like, oh, we should probably help this person get them some rehab, right? You don't say that to somebody that's obese. Right, at least in America.
No.
I don't know in Belgium,
Yes,
but in
yes.
America, they're going to be quick to help out.
Somebody who is bulimic as opposed to somebody who is nothing does nothing.
Yeah, because
but-
my argument was going to be and this is bad because I was just going to go based off of society standards and say, well, our argument is help out the person that looks like they need help. Well, I mean, in theory, both of them need help, the obese person and the bulimic, but automatically we shun the obese and then we want to help out the person that's skinny. But they're both mental health conditions.
But do we shun the obese or are they glorified up to a point?
You
now
shun
where,
them.
it's beautiful.
You shun them.
The
I don't know
obese
about that.
People?
You-
No,
What do you mean?
anymore.
No. Well, whoa.
No,
Hello.
they're
Hi.
glorified online.
No.
Oh, it's good to be
No.
curvy and it's good
Can I
to be.
give an example?
Body positive.
Can I? Okay.
Body positive.
Are you're just giving one? Okay. We just want to give one angle, and we're just gonna go with that one. MAGA supporters. Is that what we're gonna do? Just one angle and go with that.
I don't know.
I want
Look at commercials nowadays.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I know what you're speaking about. Body positivity, accept me as who I am, whatever. But you don't see bulimic people doing that, do you?
No.
There's my point. But hold on, let me go backwards. It's not just about body positivity. What about the fat people that try to get on a plane? everybody on the internet's like, you can't do that. You're shunning them. So yes, we do shun them.
Yes. I guess it depends on the situation. But for
You're
the
not going to
most
say to a
part-
super skinny chick, hey, someone else could sit there so that you could sit on her lap because you're built like a Twix. You're not going to say that.
Oh, but that doesn't have an effect on you if you're sitting next to you.
Absolutely.
That's positive. You're gonna have more room.
No, she
If you're
wouldn't.
sitting
No,
next
she
to
wouldn't be
the-
sitting next to you. She'd be sitting between your legs because she's like a handbag.
Yeah.
But that's
So
what I'm saying. Look at it from my
The
angle.
obese person in a plane, you're sitting next to them and you have no space. That's gonna hurt or affect you.
No, you're missing the point. I'm saying that we are quick to shun the person that's fat. We're not quick to shun the person that's skinny.
Right. We all agree with that, though.
Okay. So we're not talking about body positivity. We're just talking about, wow, you're fat. Ew, gross. Wow, you're skinny. Here's a sandwich.
Here's
Does
a
it
here's a
have
burger.
anything
We
to
always
do
say.
with how big the problem is, because in general, in society as a whole, you do see more obese people struggling than skinny ones, and that's why we focus on that.
Is it?
Right, but
I don't think so. I don't think that's. I don't
But
know
I
if
feel
that's
like
right.
bulimic people.
The person that's
people
bulimic
with-
does not really typically, unless Eugene Akuni, they don't typically have a lot of YouTubes, and they're trying to be away from the spotlight, right? Because they feel
Right.
like they're being judged based off of being too fat, so they don't want to be out there. Versus the fat person doesn't even give a shit. They're just.
Here I am.
There's more shows on 6,000-pound families than there is on 12-pound
Yeah.
on 12-pound 12 peoples, right? Like,
Which kind of seems like that's the bigger issue, literally.
Yeah.
we're selective as to what we want to attack.
Of course. Everything is selective. Everything today
But
is
But
selective.
that's because of the people themselves as well, right?
No, that's
Because
society.
bulimics are not gonna
I
parade
think it's
themselves, like
society.
you just
Issues
said.
are
Bulimics are
important.
not gonna be on the internet. Oh, look at me, and I'm body positivity. They don't do
I'm
it.
75 pounds.
It's more
yeah.
seen as a disease, as
But they're both diseases.
yeah, they
people
both
don't
are,
see
but
it that
one
way.
is perceived to be more of a disease.
But
than the other.
society dictates that. That's not.
correct.
That's society that says that's unacceptable. When they're both extremes, right? The bulimic and the obese. These are very extremes here. We're not talking about someone like me, 250, 6'1". We're not talking about that. We're talking about someone that's 5'8" and 725 pounds.
Right.
Twiggy.
Or someone that's 5'8" and 8 pounds.
Also impressive.
Right. So, but why are we so quick to judge those two things in general? Even people in here, you guys all do it.
Oh, because that's easy. Because they deviate from the normal standard. That society
Does
also
it make you
dictates,
feel
by the
better
way.
to attack these?
I have no feelings about it whatsoever.
So you're apathetic. So you don't give a shit any which way to Sunday. That's fine. Don't judge me. I judge
No, no, really. Judgment is like, okay, that sucks. You fix it. I got my own stuff to fix. Good luck with that.
Yeah, it's
You
more of
need
a
me
thing
to
where
make a sandwich or take away a sandwich. I'm here for you.
that changes, of course, if they go like, you have to find me attractive because I want you to find me attractive, and when the crazy stuff starts happening, then it starts
only-
bothering
but-
people.
But that's only another thing that exists on the internet. How many times have you went to a supermarket and a fat chick grabs you and holds you? You need to find me attractive. It never happens in real life.
No.
It will
No,
never happen in real life.
That would be weird though if that happened to me.
Yes.
I'd be like, whoa, what's going on here?
I'll tell you
right
what.
now?"
Usually the fat chicks are the best dick suckers. I'm gonna put that out there by experience. They
I'm gonna
will.
write that down somewhere.
Yeah, I'm telling you, a
'Cause
chubby
they
chick
have to
will.
go-
Go ahead,
They
Spank.
have to do it more so that way they feel like
Yes.
they're more needed.
Yes. Their pussy might be rancid, but I tell you what,
They're more likely to let you use the back door as well.
I don't want the back door on a chubby chick. That's a lot of ass to get past. I don't. Hey, I'm
And
working
think
with
about how
very
many
limited
times they go to
numbers
the
here.
bathroom.
Very
That
limited
depends
numbers.
on the size of the ass and the size of the belly, or the belly could be worse than the
I don't
ass.
even know what we're talking about. We've deviated from the subject here, right? We're not talking about eating ass or getting our dick sucked by fat people. All I'm saying is that if something is a mental health condition, it does not matter. Pick whatever it is. And if we're quick to say ADHD is a mental health condition, why are we, as society, okay with bringing that down? Why? Does it to make us more acceptable?
I wouldn't bring anybody down with ADHD. Really.
But you would for somebody that's 800
That you
pounds.
do though. No, but even for ADHD, you make fun of the person. Be like, oh, you can't sit still. What's the deal over there? You know, you say shit about that person.
Yeah, but there is a difference, babe, between making fun and ridiculing somebody, right? No?
I do agree, but some people don't know the difference because.
Oh, that's a good point,
For example, you don't realize how far you're going to go to make fun of that person because you think, oh, but it's nothing. I say this shit all the time, but the other person doesn't know how they feel inside, right? That person could have been their final straw.
Still, I think there's a line.
I don't think there's a line. Look, I make fun of people all the time.
Wait, with a line with a certain. Go ahead, Spade. I'll let you finish.
Because I make fun of people all the time, in person,
Good.
online. I admit it.
So you're a piece of shit. Got it. Okay, go ahead.
Right, but
Good.
I also expect it back. Like, you know, usually I don't start unless somebody starts at me. I don't go out of my way to make fun of somebody. But if somebody says something that triggers me, I will make fun of that person, right? So that's my coping mechanism. You do to me, I'll do to you. Look
Okay,
at
so
other
defensive.
people, though.
That's defensive. That's
Right,
not
defensive.
Right, but that's not you just going out and just pointing at people saying all the things wrong with
Like,
wrong
ha,
with
ha,
people.
no, I don't do that. No,
Right.
I don't. But again, other people don't have that. Look at people who have been bullied. Look at people who have been bullied for stupid shit and have taken their lives. Same concept. They didn't know how to cope with that.
It's a bit
They didn't
extreme.
know.
I mean, that's a
No.
bit.
No, it's not because
Yeah,
think
because you're
about-
talking about a low percentile, right? I mean, I was
I'm not
bullied
saying
as a
it's
kid.
all of
I
it.
didn't. I was bullied as a kid. I mean,
Okay.
what other people off the top of your head? Just name 5 people that you know that were bullied and took their own life.
Personally,
Right. So you just what?
okay.
Spitting that from the internet?
No, I know people who have been bullied.
Okay,
I
continue
know of
your
people.
argument.
I don't
Okay.
personally know them.
Right.
Right?
So you don't know them.
Okay. Well, okay. Wasn't your daughter bullied?
Yeah, but that's not why she
In
took
a-
her
in
own
a way?
life.
Oh, okay.
She took her own life over a boy. Remember on Twitter? And
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
But
I mean,
that was-
I'm sure the bully's part of it, but I don't think bullying needs to go away.
No.
I
Definitely
didn't say
not.
that bullying needs to go away. It builds stronger character to some people.
And
but
you
to
don't
some other
think that you
people, it
going
doesn't.
out as a grown ass man making fun of somebody is a bully?
Well, if they started it, I'm not the bully. They're the bully.
I don't think it's bullying either. Like, if you look at someone and be like, "Oh man, he got a big ass head or he is fat as shit," I don't see anything wrong with that.
No, I don't see either. But other people will take it personally and take it the wrong way.
No, but there is a difference between you going up, doing what Jay said, or a quip.
Yeah, saying it
or
behind their
go
back
up to the
versus saying it
person
to
in
their
his
face. Right,
You're a
right.
fat.
Right. There's a big difference, right? They say if you got something to say it to somebody's face. No, I don't want to do that because it'll break his heart. I'll just keep it to myself. Right? You know, our parents taught us that. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. That's right. I'll say it to myself,
But,
and whoever hears it, hears it. You know, but
That's it.
But again, it goes back to the question: is why are we quick to say narcissism is bad, but the egoist is not bad?
First of all, we didn't even know what an egoist was until we had to Google it.
Okay,
So
or
it goes to show you how we are not knowledgeable on everything going back and forth.
I have
Not just
negative.
us, but
If
everyone
you-
in
if
general.
If you then open that up and look at it, we are more aware about the bad things that happen in the world than the positive things.
Right.
You
Yeah,
can relate
maybe
it
don't
back
care
to
about the
that.
good.
That makes sense why you know about narcissism and not the other one, because that is perceived to be
Right.
the more positive one of the two.
So basically, we make exceptions for other ones because we feel like those can't be helped. Is that right?
No. Yep.
Yes.
That's the gist of
Wait,
it.
say that again. Say
Yep.
that again.
So we make an exception for the people that we feel that can't be helped. Like the obese person.
Yeah, they get a pass.
They get a
But
pass.
that can be helped.
Well, we
No,
make
some
shows
of
about
them.
them.
Are too far
We
gone.
yeah, that like we make shows to either people want to
Yeah,
watch them
because
die or I don't know.
That's
get
what I meant.
skinnier.
But it's normal, almost normalized. It's celebrated at a certain point. Like, oh look, because that's in, and you go girl because you're 500 pounds. Nice, you gotta love yourself. You're an 11 out of 10. That's delusionalism.
There's also a certain line, because yes, the obese person, sure, at a certain point they have this delusion like, oh, I'm an 11, but I don't think we have the same mindset when we have to remove your roof to get you out. I don't think we
Or a
go,
wall,
hey girl,
or
you
the front
go.
wall in your house to get a
You
forklift
go,
in there.
girl.
With a forklift, yep,
Ooh.
on pallets because
Check this out. I saw something the other day. It's kind of the same field of the social construct or regions or cultures, right? Right. You're not going to see a lot of people in the Middle East talking about some dude being obese. You're not. Why? Because it's just they don't care. Either they don't care, it's a sign of wealth, whatever.
I don't know. I've never really seen obese people in the Middle East.
Oh, yeah.
What do you
They have
when you
them.
say obese? What is your
But that's the thing, though.
let's figure out what obese means. What does obese mean to you?
What it means to me is not the correct definition of what.
Also, you
obese
think of
means.
extremes like 600, 700
Yes.
pounds. Okay.
Correct.
Okay, because you're obese. I'm obese.
Technically, yes. On paper, I am. Yes.
Right. I'm actually morbidly obese, if we're being
Same.
specific. Okay.
Yes.
So
Just
what are they
obese.
then? What are those then? If I'm morbidly obese, what he's the same bracket as me? So
He's
once you
above.
get into morbidly obese, there's nothing beyond that, right? There's not like ultra obese.
Apparently,
Pretty
Like
much.
morbidly
think
is the
so,
worst
bro.
one. It's in the word, right? Morbid.
right. So me, you, and the guy who's 600 pounds are in the same.
We're in the same bracket, right? We both need to lose weight. That's the similarity.
Extremely morbidly obese.
No, there's only.
No, there's just morbidly obese. That is the top tier.
Yeah, that's it.
Fix it.
There is a
because
big
there's
difference
obese
though.
and then-
If you have to lose weight and you have to lose half of you, or you have to lose 4 of you.
Yeah, but either way, you're still
there is a-
morbidly obese.
There is a scale.
But
There's
by
no-
definition,
There's a scale.
but if you
You're
go to a
morbidly
doctor,
obese.
they're going to say you are morbidly obese. They're not going to say, holy shit, you're a ton, right? They're going to say you are morbidly obese, right?
That would be
Okay.
funny.
Do you
if they
think
did
that's a
that.
definition that's been stretched over time? Because before morbidly obese wasn't that amount of weight in that.
Could you find somebody in the 50s or the 40s that was 700 pounds? You know where you would find them? The circus. You're not going to see.
Yes.
You're not going to see them walking on. Well,
Rolling.
you're not going to see them on the street just being, amongst us. You're not, right? That's something that's been accepted. Okay, that being said, I want to talk about something. We're going to change the topic real quick. It'll probably stay on this topic for a little bit. If you're born in America with Christianity values, you're born as a Christian, okay, or Catholic. Let's go Catholic. And Catholic is the way. That's the one that I'm going to break this down in layman's terms, okay? Catholic is the way that you go to heaven. That is the only way, that is the right way. You've never been taught differently. You're born in India. You are to believe that you. Why are you laughing?
Because I think I know where
You know the video I'm talking about, right? Okay.
Yeah.
You're born in India, and you're born into Hinduism, and that's all that you know. That is it. You're born into Middle East, You're born Muslim. Now, all of these believe that their way is the right way to be because that's what they were taught. They don't go out, they don't experience other things because this is the way that I was taught. So you're telling me that God accepts you based off the region that you're in?
Or there's one that's right and all the rest is wrong.
Yep.
Isn't
That's powerful. Go ahead. What are you gonna say, John?
Wouldn't there be a general rule that kind of overlaps in every religion that you just need to be a good person
Yeah,
or
they all have that.
aspire to be one?
No, they all religions have what you just said, Jordan. To be
Yeah, but
better, to be a
wait.
good person.
Wait, but then you get the specific parts where you have to give yourselves to Jesus and believe in Jesus. Otherwise, if you don't, you're not going getting into heaven. That's pretty specific. That's not like you can just be a good person, right?
Right. And then also at the other end, you can have somebody who's, let's say, Muslim, who will turn around and be like, our God is the one true God. You understand? Every
Yeah,
religion
but
is
that's
doing
man
that.
created.
It's what?
That's man created those set of rules.
Oh.
The general rules is maybe don't kill each other. Maybe take care of each other. Maybe try to
willing
be
to
a good
bet-
person. Learn from your mistakes. That's the general gist of it.
I'm willing to bet Islam has the same thing. If you do
They
not
do.
believe Muhammad
In India, you're probably a Hindu.
prophets,
If you're born in America, chances are you're a Christian. And if you're born in Pakistan, well, you're most likely a Muslim. Ever notice that? How it just happens? You're born, and boom, you inherit a God. No questions asked, no second thoughts. And somehow it's always the right God. Always, no mistakes. Just lucky you, huh? Think about it. I was born into the right religion. Of course I was. The others? Nah. They missed the mark. They got it wrong. But not me. Nope. I'm chosen. I'm on the VIP list for heaven. Everyone else? Burn for eternity. All because they were born somewhere else. Doesn't that feel odd to you? Like, what are the chances, out of all the places, all the times, all the religions, you landed in the correct one, or did you? See, that's the thing we never question. We don't ask, we don't think, we just believe blindly because it's what we've always known. But let me ask you this. If you were born there, would their God be the right one? Or is it all just coincidence? I don't know. But maybe, just maybe, it's time to start asking. If you're born in India,
Well,
that also means if you take the exact same person living the exact same life and you displace them geographically, they would either go to heaven or not go to heaven if they're wrong. Right?
so what you're saying is, if let's say you were Muslim and you were born in the U.S., you're not going to heaven because you were born in the U.S., which
I'm
is
saying-
primarily
Well, let me
Christian.
clarify. So you take Muslim, Christian, Buddhist, whatever. You take a bunch of people. They almost look the same and they have the same life, but they're just in different regions. That would mean because of the region and he's lived the same life, he's just as good as a person as the next one and the next one and the next one. He does the same charity, he does the same help your neighbors, he does all of those the same.
Yeah, but it's what
That
the final
would mean-
belief is. It doesn't matter what you do, right? It's a matter of what your
Yeah.
belief is. Right? It's a matter of what. Wow. I think that's a very interesting way to look at it. Most people would watch that video and be like, oh, well, I don't know how you argue that. I don't. That's a tough argument because it's accurate.
Most people watch that video and go like, oh, no, that's wrong. I know my belief is the right one.
Right?
A little bit of narcissism sprinkled in there.
that's it.
A little bit. A little bit.
Yes.
Right.
We were trying to get away from the narcissism, John.
No, I'm just saying.
Hey, but you know what? If I am narcissist, I seem to care about a lot of people, which doesn't make sense to me. Right? Narcissists wouldn't do that. So, narcissistic
Well, unless it
tendencies,
is
I guess.
Yes.
Narcissist would care about people so
Nope.
they would give him attention, right?
But that wouldn't be me asking about your family or what you're doing today. It would more care of you understand? Like you wouldn't ask somebody as a narcissist. I don't think you'd ask them how they're doing today because that doesn't affect how like.
No,
what-
no.
Or you're just saying that to make them feel better, so that way you could go back to talking about you.
No. If we're being fair, you have narcissistic tendencies, but you're not a full-blown narcissist.
Right? No. No. Anybody who says he's a full-blown narcissist is out their tree.
But that's people that don't know. Well, of course. Here we go again. That's
But then that
people
goes
who
with
don't know
everybody
you.
else.
That's the same people on Reddit and on Facebook and on YouTube.
Yes.
Oh, I've seen one video and I know you're a piece of crap and I know you beat. Your
I've
wife
seen
and-
the transgender shit you shown on your Facebook. I know that you're scared of trans people. Really?
Yeah, of course.
Wow.
Hey Naomi, you in here?
But then you show that side, right? It's that one video where shared this on Facebook. I feel like a lot of people don't look at my Facebook, but no matter what you do, right? If you look good and care about yourself, you're a narcissist. If you're down in the gutter and you don't feel good enough about yourself, there's always somebody that's going to say that you could be better than what you are. No matter what. Oh, God, that's a good video, too. Don't everybody go silent now.
We need everybody to understand what you just said, so there needs to be like a little pause
Oh,
for dramatic effect. The biggest problem we have today is because the internet is so free to say everything that you want, that it goes back to what we've said about years ago, where people need to have the accountability of what they're saying. So that way I know who you are and what you said about me. So if there's ever a situation where I see you on the street, I'm going to come up to you and tell you everything that I think about you.
or just careless.
That's a lot harder. That's a lot harder.
See, but that's the better one out of the two. Why would
I don't
you
think
care what a
anybody's
person-
that way, though, Jordan. I don't think anybody's that way to where they don't care at all what other people think. I don't think there's anybody. Because then you wouldn't
guys
shower. You wouldn't.
Oh, but that goes back to you then. You decide if you want to do that. I mean, if you don't even care about yourself, that's an entire different set of problems.
Oh, but how far are you gonna take that, Jordan? Somebody spits in your face and you're gonna be, oh, I don't care.
But that's real life now.
Do
That's
it
real
again.
Life. That's different. We're talking on the internet. 90% of what happens on the internet, I couldn't care less about.
Yeah, because it doesn't directly affect you.
But if
Well, right,
everybody
that you have
were
not
that way,
argued, but that's real life. That's happening to me in real life. That's not a retard in some trailer park typing some shit up on as a comment.
I agree with that up to a certain point, because if everybody was that way and somebody puts a huge lie on the internet or false information, I don't care. Nobody cares. If nobody cares enough to want to know the truth about something, that's just an example, right? That's just one thing. If nobody cares, that's not gonna end well.
But I think the majority of the world is that way.
Wear nice clothes, people think you're showing off. If you wear simple clothes, people think you're poor. If you speak your mind, you're rude. If you stay quiet, then you're a coward. If you're successful, then you're arrogant. And if you're struggling, then you're lazy. You see, no matter what you do in life, people will always have something to say. So ignore people and their opinions. If you wear nice clothes, people think you're showing off. If you wear
See,
Again,
those are all
it's-
negatives as well, right?
Yeah.
There's not one positive in that.
What do you mean?
You're showing off. Whatever he said, that's all negative things. There's not one positive thing among it.
Yeah, but that's people. That's people.
Because no matter
Right? If
what,
I
you're
have
gonna find
nice
the
things,
negative in
people think
something.
I'm arrogant and narcissistic and don't care about
Right.
anybody else. But if I
And,
was arrogant and narcissistic and don't care about
Right.
anybody else, but if I
and there
was,
we go. Because people tend to gravitate more to negative things than to positive things.
Yes, but you could also choose that. It's just people.
No, you're not choosing. What do you mean you choose? How do you
Yeah,
choose
you
that?
choose that. Of course. He mentioned it. People will say that's not people that are close to you because they're people. It's a group of people you don't know. Otherwise, it's friends or it's classified as family.
Right.
People that are close to you.
so your
You can
argument then, John, is
decide
to it's to
if
not. So your argument is to what?
decide which people you let in and actually care about their opinion. If you close that gap, the rest is just people. It's just numbers.
Right, but what about those
floating out there.
people? What about those people that you care about that don't tell you these things, but in reality, those are
Oh, like
real
when I was
things
fat?
that are-
And nobody
Right,
would tell me
exactly.
that I
That-
need to lose weight.
Right. So you don't know if they're being nice to you or if they're being truthful to you. Sometimes you need to have that negativity come out so that way it can wake you up to whatever situation you're in.
Sure, I agree with that, but then it has to come from people that I care about. I'm not gonna care about some random person's opinion about me. Why would I do that?
Again,
To become better, maybe you don't have
You
to
don't
do
know
it,
me.
but okay, but then okay, but then I could argue and say, well, maybe they're bringing up a good point that you can fix, right? Like there's things that you fix since you've met me, Jorn. So, but that has made you a better person. You don't think that there are certain things that make people better that need to be told from outside sources?
Oh, 100%. But I truly believe it's not going to come from a comment under a video that someone posted. I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know if there'd be many people that would do that in real life. Walk up to somebody and say, you have nice things, you're arrogant. I don't know anybody that would do that. I feel like they would only do that. There might be some, but I feel like most people do that on the internet or say it behind your back.
Or it's an association you make in your head. Like, he's rich, must well dressed, drives a nice car,
He must be a dick.
be an asshole.
It's
Well, you know
because
what,
you're
though?
not in that bracket, right? If you were in that
Right.
bracket, you'd be the same way.
In order for you to be into that situation, you'd have to be that type of person. Because when has there ever been the nicest guy ever and him being
but-
successful like that?
But
Let's say Forrest Gump.
that's also a thing, Spade,
Sure,
because
character.
I don't, especially with somebody rich, I usually don't think it that extreme because I've known rich people, very rich dude, and he was the nicest, and you couldn't even
You're
tell
wrong.
that he was rich. He
You're
was just
wrong.
in a t-shirt
Because
and
you're looking
so-
you're looking at him as a person in his personal life. You don't know what kind of an asshole and a dick he is in his business life, because that's how he made the money, from the business, not from being a personal situation between you and him. He could be the most ruthless CEO ever.
Yeah.
And you don't
And
know
what-
that,
what-
but you
and
know
what is
him
the
because
real
you
one?
hung out
but-
with him and
Yeah,
you
but
were
which
on his
one is the
boat.
real one then?
Oh.
That's on
I
on
would
you.
argue that the personal one is probably the real one, but he
Real
has
one.
to pull up the facade to make it in business.
yeah.
I think
You
that
kinda
I
have
think
to.
that
You can't
varies.
be the friendly, approachable. No, I don't. No, you can't.
I
think it
th-
varies.
wait,
I think it
that's
varies.
a damn good fucking question, right? Now you got me questioning what I am really, Jorn, right? Like, I guess you have to look at what do you do, which one more, right? We can't,
Right.
well, with that statement, we can't argue
Ooh,
that everybody
no.
has got split personality, right? Everybody's got some type of bipolar. With you, I'm this way. With them, I'm this way, right? That's
Right.
everybody. Okay, everybody. Whether you work at McDonald's or you have family, everybody's bipolar. So, if that argument is sound, I think you have to. Oh, I really like that question. If you have to look at it from which one are they more, like which one do they do more? Do I spend more time with you guys and show my vulnerable sides, or do I spend more time making videos being the asshole, and that's who I really am? Like the CEO, does he spend more time being nice
At
and
work?
friendly to all his friends, or does he work hard and he spends a lot of his time that way? That's truly who he is. He's just being nice to you because he likes you or loves you.
Right. Or he's
I
just
think
doing
we're
it
out
to
of
make you think that
necessity.
he is.
Just because you're an ass or you're a strict boss or you're hardcore in business, business is business. That's not friendship. That's not family.
Still
that's
who
not-
you are, though.
You have to be a certain way. If
It's
you
still
wanna
who
do
you are,
business.
though.
Business.
Right.
Or part of what you are. It's a necessity.
Well, yeah, it's a
to
half
have
of
that,
what you
to do
are, yeah.
What you need to do, and then the other side of you is also a necessity to then do what you need to do in your personal.
I don't know why we can't be both anyway, right? You could be both of those, and
kinda
that's
have
really
to.
who you are. You're
You
both
have
of
to,
those
because-
people.
You have to.
Look at celebrities, right? What happens when they do something stupid? Their agent forces them to go and do public things so people can change their view on that person. Does that person really believe that him helping out that poor guy on the street, giving him
Okay,
a
but
turkey on Thanksgiving?
That's business, right? That's
Right, but that's
business.
what I'm
That's
saying.
Not
At
them
what
being
point-
a good person. That's them trying to
That's
say.
an acting.
face.
Yeah, that's
At
an
what
acting.
That's
point-
Like
swaying
a,
public opinion. That's what politicians
Exactly,
do as
Jordan. Exactly. So if I'm constantly trying to make it look like I'm the nicest guy ever, that's my job now. Because you can, example,
well. Yeah,
right?
but then-
Everyone
then
thinks
my-
Kevin
you
Hart is the
make
nice.
a good point.
Right,
But then the real
everyone's-
side is the asshole, right? You
Right.
just flipped it.
No, because then
we
what
don't
you're
know.
talking about is an
Don't know.
online persona. There is a difference with that as well, because like you said, that's your job. That's the way you make your money. That's an online persona. That doesn't mean that the persona is the same guy as it is normally.
What if he turns into that person also? What if he starts off being humble and then becomes a dick?
I think everybody
continues
is that
to
way,
be.
though. I think every person in the world is that way. That once something comes into their life or happens in their life, it changes them permanently.
Yes. Yes.
It could be money, it could be death, it could be life.
Anything.
I don't know. Something will change somebody's whole persona.
Yep.
And online would be the attention. Okay, I've got this. Then you have people like that guy, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. He loved acting. He didn't like all the shit
Yeah.
that went with it. It was like, I'm done.
he
I can't
stopped.
do this. Yeah, I don't like
He
it.
get randomly punched in a New York street.
Yeah, nobody knew it was him though, right? That's the idea. It's not like they punched him
Right.
for doing Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. He was just some
That's
random
fucked
ass
up.
dude. Right. I think that everybody changed. Everybody. Whether or not you want to admit that, well, that's, everybody changes.
Like with a movie star, it wouldn't make sense to be an asshole in public life and then
Look at
That-
Mariah
that-
Carey, right? Look at Mariah Carey. Everyone loves Mariah, right? But the
There's
people
got to
that
be.
work
There's
for
got to
her-
be a. There's got to be an actor. What's his name? American History X.
Edward
Um,
Norton.
Yeah,
Yes.
Ed Norton.
Yeah,
What about
Edward
him?
Norton.
He
He's
is
the
not
asshole,
loved.
right? Yeah, he's the asshole.
They say he's an
fans
asshole.
don't like him. Directors don't like him. He's just an asshole in real life. So there are. It's just you better be damn good at acting.
good at
And
your
that's why he
job.
plays those things great. Those characters.
Well,
'Cause
he
it's like
plays
he's-
those great because he wrote that, right? He's not going to do something he doesn't want to do.
Wow.
But then again, is being the asshole, because you're never gonna know unless you know the guy personally in his private life, because that being an asshole might be his online persona, his gimmick.
You don't know.
His business side. No.
But you don't know. You don't. Because for every person that says you're a good
But
person,
why? But
there's a
why does it
person
matter
saying
what they
you're
are,
not.
right? Why does it? Why if they're an asshole, then you accept them for that asshole? Why do we have to change them and not make them an asshole?
Matter of public opinion. Because if more people like you, you're more famous.
No.
Less
no,
people
no,
like you.
No. That's not true.
Yeah, that-
you can
that-
be the most hated person on the world. You're
I
gonna
get
be
more
than
attention
the
from
other
people
dude.
that fucking hate me than I do people that actually like me. So that throws that whole thing right out the window.
Right. But think of it as
I can't
If
even
you
get
were
more
to-
than 10 people in vocals, but I could get 500 people talking negatively about me on Reddit. I think there's a large stretch there.
Attention is attention.
That's-
Doesn't matter if
that-
it's positive or
that's
negative.
intention, right?
In-
That's
in-
not
in
really
today's-
selling.
right in today's time. Yes, that makes more sense. That 20 years ago it didn't, because you needed to be a
20
certain
years
way.
ago, the internet didn't exist. Well, it did, but not what
it
is
did, but
today.
not as to what it is today. Yeah.
Yeah. And look at Hard Rock Nick, right? Great example. He got all that fame. Island Boys. All these people got fame because they're... Because they're...
To quote movie.
I'm trying not to judge. What'd you say?
Talented.
Quote
Talented.
movie
That's the
terms
word
or,
you were
or,
looking
or,
for.
Yes,
Well,
that is the
Hollywood-
word. That's
Hollywood
they're
kinda
extremely
thing.
talented.
Talentless, Jordan. Talentless.
My bad.
Because all
Isn't
those
the
people,
saying-
you. No.
Isn't the saying like?
Talentless means you have no talent.
Isn't the saying like that? There's only one thing worse than than bad publicity. That's no publicity.
No.
Yeah, I've heard
No,
that before.
It
Yeah.
goes. Bad publicity is good publicity. It doesn't matter what.
No.
any
When he
publicity.
said...
But
No. There's another saying. The one he said. Bad publicity... No publicity is worse than bad publicity because you're not out there.
Yes, because you're not. Yeah.
Yeah, you need to. I just think it's crazy that I get. I don't know. Maybe that's why I get all excited because it's attention.
But it could affect the money side, right? If going back to Spades,
Example.
yeah, and the Snow White thing got massive amount of publicity negatively, and
But
it
negative, and
affected
nobody went to go
sales.
watch it.
Yeah.
Did it
So
affect the
watch it.
sales? Did it affected it?
Oh,
negative?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it did.
Empty
It
theaters.
affected the sales so much.
Okay, so
that
then the
Disney
argument.
said,
Hold
"Never
on. So
again
then.
live."
Okay, so the argument that there's no such thing as bad publicity, bullshit, right? Because, okay, well, then I
Well,
didn't
that
explain
depends
that.
how you
Fine-tune
look.
it.
Wait.
You have
That
to
depends how you
fine-tune it.
look at it, because everybody in the world knows about that movie,
Uh-huh.
knows about the actress,
but
knows
the
about
business
Disney
lost money.
screwing up.
Yep.
So-
but the business lost money. So all in all, they lost.
That's what they care about. Now,
Right, they don't
Renee
give a shit.
Zellweger- or
They
not
don't
Renee
care about what
Zellweger.
society thinks. Otherwise, they wouldn't have made Snow White. We're talking about the black Snow White, right? That's what you're talking. Puerto Rican, whatever
the-
she is.
no.
Yeah,
She's Hispanic, yeah, not
Whatever.
Not black.
I said Puerto Rican.
correct.
Yeah,
Look
I
at
said
what
it,
happened with your negative publicity on the Reddit thing. A lot
Yeah,
of negative.
I actually got 3 more today, so that's good. Keep it up.
See, that's good.
I'm
That's
just
good.
gonna
You're-
meet.
you're selling
You know what I'm gonna
tickets.
do? I'm just gonna start manufacturing bad shit on my channel. Just make people keep fucking sharing me.
Ooh.
Well,
just
they
can't do
already
that,
accuse you
because
of
then
that
that-
anyway. So
Yeah, I know. I'm just
yeah.
gonna do it now. Now I'm just gonna fucking do it. It's just gonna be negative shit
But
all the
you're
time.
but you're proving their point right though. Then,
Who cares? Making
Wait,
money.
what am I proving right?
if they're saying that you're doing something when in actuality you're not, and now you're going to start to do it,
No,
now
no.
that you're proving their point right.
No, because if the argument is this is not for the people that like me, right? Because the people that like me understand it, right? The people that don't like me, which in theory they do like me, if you're doing that and I do it, then I'm not changing anything, right?
and it gives them something to moan about.
And then you could keep doing Reddit posts and share it all over. Share it on TikTok. Share it everywhere.
You can't lose Spade. In their minds, he was already doing it.
What about yo? What have I got to lose? It's not like the people that like me are going to be like, oh, I don't like them now.
Well, if they already
We've
say
had that
you're
happen,
doing it,
though.
you might as well have the fun of doing
It's
it.
true.
Really, right?
When in
But
Rome.
that was only
Where's
because
the Romans?
Jay was talking about really sensitive subjects, like fur coats. You can't do that on the internet.
Oh, my channel's about to take a turn, bro. You what? I'm back, bitches.
Tomorrow morning. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Yeah. I was trying to figure out what to do with my channel. I got you.
Just start calling out people just for shits and giggles.
No. It'll be real. It'll just be extreme.
Fuck it. Why not? And then if anybody
follow-
says it, they'd be like, "You guys made me this way."
Yeah.
That's it. That's
Do a
it.
follow-up stream with Naomi. this.
Yeah,
You
well,
know,
the problem, okay, the problem is with that was never really on Jay Hayes, right? That was on The Realist. So,
I was here.
these people think it's all the same.
well,
Do they though? I don't know. I think
Yes.
they look at the no because
From
look at the comment
spelling
sections.
errors I've seen in the comments. Yes, these people think it's all
Look.
the same.
No, look at the comment section here and look at the comment section there. The other one has more.
like I'm going to do a video on that car guy. I'm going to go through his comments on a video. And then I'm going to go through that and make an hour-long video about it. And then I'm going to get, 4,000 views. And then I'm going to do it on somebody else's comment. You're going to be scared to leave comments. Or now you're going to leave them
there
and
we
be
go.
like, oh, maybe he's going to feature me. Your comment wasn't good enough. Sorry, you suck. Next. And
And then we go peepees.
then I'm going to go pee-pees. I'm going to take my yes.
Yeah,
Talk
did you
about
like that?
twisting
Huh?
the
Yeah.
knife.
Oh, I'm bringing it back. That's what I'm going to do with the channel. Is just start ripping people apart. You already gave me content. Let's go.
It also means those people have no. It's not even of knowing you personally. It's like you have no sense of humor or sarcasm or just somebody.
Here's the thing:
having-
if I don't do it and I don't respond, that channel will die, right? Like if I don't do something on that channel. So if I do bring that back, where I rip people apart in comments, there's gonna be a lot of activity. Like there's gonna be a lot because it's all drama, and people are gonna be like, "Oh, he's a drama queen. Great, now I can use your comment for my content. Thank you."
Ding ding ding. Win-win situation now.
But the hypocrisy of the thing, because they're calling you a drama queen while they're doing exactly the same thing and worse on that page. On that Reddit, they're doing the same thing and even worse.
Yeah.
But they're calling you a drama queen and oh, it's all about the bullshit and whatever. You're doing the same thing right now.
But they don't see it that
And
way.
if I don't do it, then my channel will die. You understand? So I have to do it.
Yes.
You understand? I have to respond to drama. Holy shit! Everything okay? Did she
Bless.
step on the dog? She all right?
You stepped in glass. You okay?
Are both of the
Alive and
lungs still
kicking.
interior or?
Her vagina lips are on the floor now. Oh, that could be fun. Just going back through comments and going through the Reddit and making a whole drama thread about that. I could have fun
Why
with
not?
that. I mean, then that'll be what they say. You make hour-long videos.
and then you-
Oh, okay. Well, what else? am
So
I gonna
how
do
do
with the
this?
channel?
How do these people know this? So they at one point they must have been interested, or they still are interested in what you're doing and the channels and watching them, because otherwise, well, unless it's all hearsay, but there's gotta be a bunch of those people that, like we always say, oh, they're quick to judge and they're quick to be an asshole about stuff. Meanwhile, they're still watching it. If I don't like what you're, if I don't like the Jay Hayes channel on YouTube, I'm not watching the Jay Hayes channel on YouTube. It's as simple as that. I will watch you once or twice. Go, no, this guy is a tool. Okay, I'm not gonna subscribe to you.
Would you
I'm
watch more
watching
videos,
you.
Maddie, if I did a lot of drama? Would you do that? Would you watch it?
I watch everything, right?
All right, no, I get that, but would you be interested in that? Me doing old school Jay Hayes ripping people apart on the internet on a video?
Well, like I said, you have the name that you do. Might as well enjoy it as well.
Jorn, would you like it or no?
Oh,
No, you're.
I'm off
you're-
for the road.
Would you say you're off of the road?
No, I'm game.
Okay.
I'm game. What about you, Spain?
Spade doesn't watch shit that I do.
Oh,
That's not true.
What's the last thing you watched?
I watch
we'll be
every, what are
right
you
back
talking
after
about?
these commercials.
What's the last thing you watched?
The last thing I watched was the goodbye video on Friday.
Uh huh. Of course, that would be a
Before
hard
that?
one to miss. Yep. Before that.
And before that,
Well, I listen to every single Twitch. I'm on the Twitch. The
Because
ones
I
that
don't do
are
Twitches
the
very
gaming
often
ones.
anymore.
Right. But I
that
don't.
doesn't
I
say a
don't.
lot.
Right, but the thing is that like I don't do the gaming because that doesn't interest me, right? But
Uh-huh.
the drama thing, I mean, I guess, I mean, if you're doing it live, then yes.
No, not live. I would be doing it recorded.
Yeah. I mean, probably I'd watch the first few that you put out. and
Should
if
I
it's
do it
entertaining
live?
for me, I think it'll be better live.
Oh yeah, really?
What?
Yeah, because then I could go after the comments and the thing.
Yeah, and then there could be live comments too.
Yeah, and send an invite out. You want to come in?
Yeah,
If
you
you
want to
want
come
to-
help? You want to come help fight the good fight?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really?
If you want your comment, your comment to be read, you're gonna have to do a super chat of at least.
There's no
$5.
super chats on that channel. That channel is
And
that's over.
Well,
Super
let's
chats
get it
are-
monetized then.
Yeah, we'll get it monetized. Don't worry about it. I'm working on it.
Put a thing on with a PayPal.
You know what
address
sucks?
that
This is what sucks. I was telling Jordan this yesterday. It kind of sucks, man. Vaporesso sent me $1,200 right after I did the goodbye video.
can- Oof.
And I told
Oh.
him straight up. I said, I can't upload on the channel. I can't. I sent because I sent them an email saying that the Vaporesso video was taken down. You know, I got a warning for the video. So now I'm dealing with this fight of, okay, I'm gonna have to refund them the money, right? I'm gonna have to rewire the money back. And most people would be like, you know what, don't do that. Just upload it somewhere else. But I've even thought about that. That I sent them an email. I said, listen, I have all these other channels. I can upload it there. I just can't upload it to YouTube. And I'll give you 100% rights. Like, I can make the video for you, then you could upload it to your channel. And they said, well, they responded this morning. They said that they base the money that they give me based off the followers. And where I'm uploading it. I was, oh, shit. Here we go. Because, you know, my Instagram's only got 40. My TikTok's got like 7. Facebook's got like 30 or 22. So I'm like, okay, you know, people thought that I was doing it for money. But if I was doing it for money, I would have kept uploading videos.
Yep.
You know?
oh, the channel.
But you weren't getting that paid. Like, people don't understand. Like, you weren't getting paid to do these reviews. You were doing it because, one, you were using it as an outlet for your business to create a advertisement per se for that. Two, you liked doing it and you enjoyed doing it. And
Yeah, but I was
they don't
making
understand
money
that.
while doing it. You understand? So the fact that you're not making money and it's just putting a hole in your pocket, why would you continue to do it, regardless of
exactly,
how much you like
that's what people don't understand.
That's not a hobby anymore, right? It's not a hobby
not.
if you're. I'm not saying I'm not having fun. That's not the problem. But if you're losing $500 every video, you're going to be broke by the time you do. Oh, I don't
Right.
know, 2 months worth of shit.
Yeah.
Do it for the
There's no
community.
point to it. Now you're just fighting a losing battle.
Bree brings up a good point that if I did it as a live, nobody would rewatch it. It's got terrible rewatchability.
Ah, but then what you do is you take the good parts out of that live and upload them as their own video. And then people will watch it because maybe they're not here for a live, but if you posted it as a regular
that
video.
editing. Oh God. That
Well, whatever
editing.
Dinner does as well, right? They do the same
will
thing. They do a live that's 4 hours long or longer, and then they
Who's
cut
this?
it
Chop it
up
up.
in shorts and they put it out.
Who's this?
Everyone does it. Anyone who's a podcaster, anyone who's they take all the good stuff and they edit it into smaller videos. Look at Linus Tech Tips. He has a channel for just taking that stuff and he
Yeah.
posts it and he gets millions of views there.
Yeah, but he also has like a team of 10 editors or something. He's not doing it.
I understand that, but at one point he was.
20 years ago.
That's not the point. That's not the point. That's not the point. Right now, Jay's starting back from scratch. If you really think about it, it's like Jay's starting back from scratch again.
No.
Let's take advice from the guy who has a movie review channel with 2 people.
Who was that? Who was
Bree.
That was Bree. That was Bree.
Of course.
Hey, hey.
She
You
held
know who
back
not to
from
listen
saying she
to?
likes
The
you.
guy with a shittier YouTube channel than you. How is
Yeah,
your
but I haven't-
YouTube channel?
I haven't been doing it as long as you have, so.
At
So,
least she
yeah.
held back. That means she likes you.
How is that
Jeez,
channel
that was-
doing? Is it growing at all, or is it just stagnant
It's-
now?
it feels like it's stagnant right now. The views go up, but the subs aren't. I don't understand that.
Oh yeah, my subs after that
shorts.
goodbye video, I lost 400 people like that. Gone. Peace.
Deuces, we're out of here. But yeah, no, I understand that the editing would be harder, but wouldn't it be easier just go through the video, this part, that part, and then clip everything else out? You don't have to do anything else. I'm not saying, I'm just taking like that one if you were online for, let's say, an hour, just
Yeah, but
take
then
the first-
someone's gonna write a comment of where's the rest of that video, or yeah,
you
there's
can
more
link
to it.
You link it. You leave it all there. You leave everything there.
And you,
The
when's the
live is
last
still
time you
there.
clicked in a description box and clicked the full video and watched the full video?
Never.
Exactly.
Never. But my point is, Jay, is you leave the live up there. Yeah, it sounds stupid, but everyone is doing it. It sounds stupid that you took a live, you did a live, and then you just chop up that part and just put it up as its own video. You don't do it right away. You put it up 3 days later because the people that watched it already watched it live. And then the
Wouldn't
people who
it-
didn't watch it, you put on a catchy title and that's it.
I don't know or pretend to know anything about YouTube, but wouldn't you be better off to just leave the live up and just
You
cut
do leave the
like
live up.
Yeah, but cut 5 shorts out of it and drop them.
You could do that too. People are recycling their stuff. That's what people don't understand. They're recycling. They'll take a minute and shorten that and give it out as a short, and then they'll take the 5 minutes prior to that or after that and put it up everywhere else.
Spade,
Yeah.
you're getting about 70 views a day.
Who?
You. This is your channel.
That's what it is. Okay. Nice. I made $220. I didn't realize that.
Subscribers for the last 30 days.
It went up yesterday. Yesterday it went up a few.
And you lost
And then all
one
of a
back
sudden-
on April 21st.
Uh-huh.
So it really sucks when you lose one, doesn't it? Because that's like,
You're like, what the fuck? What the fuck I say?
it took 6 months for me to get that one. Then you just fucking left.
Now I just lost it in a day. Fuck you. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, amen, Bree. It's so easy to say cut a video into a short. Yeah, uh-huh. When you have an hour-long video and the way that I talk, where I'll talk for 2 minutes about this and then go into this and then go back to that, it's like, oh, God, cutting that? Oh, Jesus Christ.
I
You need a
agree with you,
team of
Bree.
editors, man, a team.
Right. I agree with what Bree's saying that you need context to understand the shorts. Have you guys gone through shorts? They make no sense. The context is in the title. Shorts make no sense. You're not going to get a full conversation in a 1 minute video. Oh, sorry. Now it's 3 minutes on shorts. Now you can upload 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's more like a highlight reel, right?
That's it. That's what shorts are, a highlight reel.
You may, again, we know what they are, but it's not something that's easy. Do you watch
I never
the
said it
e-bike
was.
channel? The e-bike channel is very intricate for what it is.
I give props to that because the editing on that thing is fucking amazing.
Yeah, like it's
And I've always said that.
it's good editing. The shorts are good, but that takes Bree like 3 days, 4 days. That's
Again, you're starting from square one again, Jay.
yeah.
I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but that's what you're doing. And that's what has to be done.
Yeah.
And that's turning into a full-time job where you're spending 12, 15 hours a day for that 1 or 2 or 3 videos that you're
Do you know
putting
how
out.
much more hate I'm gonna get when I start doing that? I'm gonna need the
But you want that,
the
right?
hazers
You
that
want
come
that.
out. Well, not if I'm the only one fighting it, right? If it's just me and
Well, okay,
Matthew, our fucking
yes.
fingers are gonna be bleeding. Yeah. That's what I'm gonna start doing. Bring drama back to the channel.
Drama. You know what they say, right? Drama sells. So
And sex.
you can't do that on YouTube, though.
Oh, but you can.
Well,
If it's a music video, you can.
You got that dude bleaching his asshole, showing his balls, and it's monetized. The fuck is that about?
But you putting on a Borak bikini
yeah,
is
it's no good. It's no good. That's where we draw the line, because it's not educational.
Enough
It's comedic.
asshole. Cool. That's why it gets enough. Maybe next time.
All right, give it a shot.
Right, Bree. And if Jay sounds mean, that causes drama, which causes people to watch more. Like, hey, what is this asshole talking about? Oh, let me watch this video and see what he's talking about. That's what you want. Right now, everything is rage, clickbait. That's it. That's all they're doing. That's all they're doing. I got a video that I put out last week, and it got 10 times the amount of views that it normally does, and it's all because of my title.
So
Okay,
ten.
first
All
off,
because of the time.
yeah. Thank you, John. Because you can't do that. You can't say 10 times when you get 5 views, right? That's not.
Well, if you're saying, okay, so I got, so you're saying 70 a day. Well, I got almost, 550 on that one video. So that's what, 4 times, 5 times? Fine. But I took them.
I think you gotta put that one to bed, bro. You gotta shoot that one behind the barn, man. Final credits is it is the final show. Like it's.
Old Yeller it.
Yeah, that's.
We'll see. We'll see.
No. Okay,
We'll see.
I think a great singer once said it. You got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them. Bro, you've had no cards for the past 6 months.
If the
You're not even in the game anymore, Spade. You got to let go, bro.
Dog image
We'll see.
doesn't hunt anymore.
You're gonna do a goodbye video?
No.
Just
I
That's
never
it?
said I'm shutting anything down. There's nothing. I'm not doing a goodbye video.
There's nothing to shut down. Got it.
Sure. If you want to look at it from that perspective, then yes.
You know what you could
still
do?
like doing
You
it?
want advice to make it bigger?
I'm
It'd be
listening.
cool too. I've never seen it. So you come out of the movies, and you got your little recorder thing, your little jam, and you ask the people how they felt about the movie.
I have done. We tried to do that once, and it didn't work out because everybody just kept walking away. And they're like,
Right?
"No,
All
we
you
don't
need
wanna
is
do it."
like 5. Like I don't know how many people
I
are
couldn't
going
even
to
get
the theater.
one. I couldn't
Were
even get
you
one
the
person.
one asking
Yes,
the
I was the
opinions?
one
Oh,
asking,
okay.
and not,
Just-
not the other one.
Yeah, that,
You're
if he
supposed
approached
to
me,
run
I
up
would
to-
walk away too. Don't steal my popcorn.
What
How
are
do
you
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 got
got
doing?
like
five
here? This
dudes
isn't
all of
a
a sudden
school.
coming up to you with and pancakes with it. That's not a good thing. I mean,
If you could sling that pretty pussy you got at home, you could walk up to a dude and try to get him to talk to you, Spade. Get the fuck out of here.
Or
I
to
have
to do it.
nobody. At least
Wanna
over
bet?
here, nobody wants to do it. They don't want to. I don't want to be on camera. Sorry. They just
What
they
if-
always put their hand.
What
Like
if
no,
she
I'm not
asks?
doing.
What if she asks?
That's a different story. I mean, if you got a pretty lady just coming up and saying, "Hey, what did you think of this?" Yeah, people would say that.
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you what I thought about it. Just there, I just did the whole time.
Exactly.
get her a short dress with a lot of cleavage and knee-high boots and
Yeah, but then it's not his channel anymore, right? That's the problem. Then they come there looking just for her. They're not looking for his actual content. So
Are we
it's
getting?
totally?
Are we getting paid? Are we getting paid? Then yeah.
You
I guess.
will
I guess it
get
doesn't matter.
Yeah, that gets old fast, bro. Yeah, it gets old. I had people asking me, "Where's Bree? Why isn't her pussy on the seat?" I'm done. That's it. We're done. We're moving
The
on.
channel's
It's just
called
me
Jay
now.
Hayes, not Bree Hayes.
Yeah, I'm done. It's back to the roots. Back to the roots we go. It's fun. It'll be fun. It'll be all right. It's a new adventure. Like you said, Jordan, new door opens, right? That's the only way to look at it.
Yeah,
I'm between a rock and a rock. There is no hard place.
they're both hard.
If I don't upload, don't do the videos, I don't get the money. If I continue to upload, get the money, I lose the channel. So no matter which way you do it, there you lose.
Catch 22.
That it's over. It's I don't know.
You could say it gives you the opportunity to turn it into something completely different or a whole other direction.
Do you know
to go
there's
with
only
it.
been 8 channels in YouTube history that have changed total directions and remained successful? 8.
Really?
Oh wow.
8.
So you'll be 9.
Can you give us like
There's
an
gotta be
example
9.
of 2?
Sure, Casey Neistat. That's one.
Okay.
Casey
He went from
Neistat.
vlogging.
Yep. To doing reviews. That's one.
Yep.
And your Gamer Nexus person, the Asus. They went from gaming to doing reviews. That's 2
Yeah,
right off the top of my head.
Yeah.
It's very
Yeah.
difficult to do. To switch lanes on a channel that has built some... Oh, God. I'd rather build a channel from scratch. I'm sorry. Because that is... It looks bad when you got 200,000 subs and you got 3 views. There was a guy, who was it? There's a famous dude. What the fuck is his name? Shit. Oh, T-Pain. T-Pain. Y'all
The
know
rapper?
T-Pain, right? Yeah.
The rapper?
Yeah. I was watching him on Twitch. I said, oh, shit, he gonna drop some bombs singing his auto-tune. He had 13 people in his fucking Twitch chat. I said, oh.
How the mighty have fallen.
Oh.
Busy night.
Whew, and he was pumped up. Or, no, I'm sorry, 31. He was pumped up. It's going down tonight. What? I don't want to go to any of your parties.
Yeah, but when was the last
So
time
you just got the
T-Pain was
staff there, right? Like you're waiting for the people to show up. You have 30 staff people working, right? Like this. Oh, bro.
All dropping bits. That's
Oh. And people were like, oh, T-Pain, I loved you back from the 2000s. You were getting it. Oh.
what does he do? He games?
No, he was just talking with his glasses on.
That's it? Well, that's probably why people weren't watching. He wasn't
No,
doing anything.
bro, you gotta go to his channel.
I don't
It's
want to
really
now. I don't
it's
want to.
depressing, bro. Like, oh,
I've always been
God.
interested in T-Pain's political views.
you ever seen?
Yes, you were.
Some people
T-Pain,
are
what do
on
you
there-
think about Donald Trump today?
I mean, some people are on there, and it's like it's gotta hurt.
Oh,
You're streaming, and I just saw a short of a chick was like, yeah, my money isn't coming in, and apparently she has 200,000 followers or something, and asked people to donate money, not even 50 cents.
see, most
Such a
people
man.
give her shit though, right? Asking for money.
Well, that's why you do it for. You do it for the money.
The ones that are really depressing for me is when you go into these channels, and they've been streaming for like 6 hours, and there's no one in there.
2 people.
Wow.
I've been in those.
Yeah, you have, and just make me feel bad.
No,
Yes.
you are so announced. I was thinking I was the
Wait, what'd you say? I'm so what? A narcissist? What did you say? What did you say, Jordan?
Oh no! That's
said-
not what I was saying.
Oh,
I was
because when it
saying,
was
like,
you
I've been-
talking to yourself with Monkey in there, you're not talking about me with the 2 people?
No, I was thinking of an entirely different stream, not you. I've been to I know a guy that kind of does the gaming and does it religiously not you, and there's no one in there. And every day, 4 hours, legit, and there's nobody in there. Every day. Every day. 2 to 3 hours, sometimes 4. And the mindset is, I'm already playing this game, so...
Why not just
stream.
record it?
Yeah.
So,
What did you say, Matthew? No.
as it's still at some point. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Have to take-
that's the entire thing. Like, if you look at him playing, he's actually pretty good. But there's
Yeah, it's
You
also
have to be
one of those things,
entertaining
right?
as well, and you have to advertise. I don't know. It's especially gaming as a gaming streamer,
Saturated.
That
So
market
saturated.
is so extremely saturated. You're better off just being a chick and just hoist them up and say nothing for 50 minutes.
Oh God,
you
I
probably
wish.
get more money.
I wish, bro. I wish.
That's all.
The
that's
amount of
also
money
one
I
of
would
those
make in
things.
Twitch, I would just sit there, just boobs, man. Boobs, halter top, and you could play fucking solitaire. You know, just
And you
That's
already
an-
drink your
that's an
water. You have
exciting
your water
game.
bottle. Whoopsie.
oh no, oh here's some milk. I missed my mouth.
Every single stream.
Every single stream, I can't find my mouth. Let me get that for you. Oh.
Oh, hold on.
Bro, as a woman, I would make so much money gaming. Oh! Oh, I do proper investments too. Brazilian butt lifts, you know, just all of a sudden putting Legos together with my ass up in the air. I don't know what's happening. Just,
Also, a weird thing with even, well, especially with the gaming things, you can have a guy that's really good at it and have
because
no
Bree,
followers.
stop. Bree, I could answer your question there. That's easy. Because you're not that, right? You're wearing some little shorts with something where your tits are not pushed together. Push your tits together, say less, jump more, zoom in more. That's the answer. People don't want to come in and listen to some chick all, for lack of better
Hyperactive.
terms, breeing it, right? Where you're all loud and screaming and having a party because you heard a happy dance, right?
Unless she's moaning.
She said, "Bet." Yeah, put them up, tighten them up. We'll zoom in on just that. Don't talk. Watch, and it's not gonna be 1 week. You gotta give it like a month.
And
She
make
said
them
no
think
doubt.
there might
She
be
said,
a nip
"No
slip.
doubt, no
just
doubt."
a disclaimer. There's gonna be a different kind of request. It's not gonna be, oh, I want to hear that song.
Right,
It's
right.
gonna be a
Yes.
slightly different.
There's a
Just
song
make it-
that you have to jump over hurdles. Play that one.
And just make them think that something might pop out if they watch long enough.
Right,
Right.
right.
Jay, chat keeps requesting House of Pain. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know either.
Dude, that's with the chicks that lie in bed and sleep for hours on end and are on camera.
Weird, right?
Why are
Why do
people
you do
watching
that?
that? People are only watching, or mostly probably men are only watching that because they think it's
You think
it's
so?
a real chick sleeping, and B,
There's a
in her
lot of
sleep
people
she
watching
might
that.
turn around and you could say some buttocks, some boobs, or whatever.
You
that's
think
that's
so?
the whole thing why they're watching that.
You think
Why
so?
would you watch hours of a person sleeping? What do you expect to happen? Fart?
Maybe there's
That
a
would be-
fetish. Maybe there's a fetish.
A stalking fetish, maybe. Like, ooh, I could see what she's doing in her bed. Like, that's
Yeah,
what they're
sleeping.
See,
doing.
but see, I'm more. Yeah, no. I'm thinking like, why subscribe and pay money? Just go hang out in front of a window.
Yeah, but you don't get arrested that way. You don't get.
Hey, you'll
arrested
get
that
locked
way,
up quick, Jordan. You start showing up at
Live a
people's...
little. Live a
Oh,
little.
oh, okay. Yeah.
Live a little. Live a little. Straight to jail.
Yeah. Maybe there is a fetish, right? Maybe it's a Why do people watch other people sleep? Why do
Because
people...
Matthew, you have a point, but there's no real sense of control either, right? Because well,
No,
he's
but
asleep.
I think that for certain people that makes it the fantasy of it being real more real because
Okay, check it out. People watch others sleep for various reasons, including comfort, a sense of community, and to help with falling asleep. Some find it soothing, while others are drawn to the intimacy and novelty of watching someone in a vulnerable state. It also forms a passive entertainment and can be used as a way to cope with feelings of loneliness or to distract from racing thoughts.
And it goes. Is that only for the people watching, or could that also be said?
That's
of
the
a
people
content
watching.
creator?
That's people watching.
So yeah,
Watching
that's a
someone
reason
in a
as well.
vulnerable state. Wow, that makes me. That does not sound
Absolutely.
good. Yeah, that does not sound good.
That's super pervy. That's super
Yeah, that
pervy.
sounds.
The other way around, you would be an exhibitionist, right?
No,
No,
voyeurism.
no.
Oh,
No,
oh,
I'm saying
Oh,
the
yeah,
person that allows you to watch the thousand
Sure.
people watching your
Well,
sleep, that would
n-
be...
Not only that, right? It could also be said that the person that is streaming and the fact that he or she, it's gonna be a she, sleeping
No heat.
is extremely lonely.
And has other
To
people
get to the
watching
point-
that.
Okay, but I don't
Now
think anybody's
streaming-
watching it for nudity. I don't think anybody's expecting someone to pull out a vagina.
No,
I mean, after
because it's
10
not going to
minutes of a
happen.
How do you know that though? Right? Like you have no control. You're subconsciously not in control.
Yeah, and it's supposed to
You know
be
what you're
a
wearing.
live-
There's-
supposed
yeah,
to
but
be
there's
a
some-
live
no.
stream, so anything can happen.
Sometimes I wake up and I'm like, I flick my penis, right? Like I don't know. I don't know if women. I honestly, I've never watched Bree sleep. Like I'll see her sleep for 20, 30 minutes, but I don't. I
That
don't
makes
know.
me wonder
And
if
there's-
there's a person there too.
Yeah,
What do you mean?
Like if something would happen, he cuts the stream.
but there is a lot of them that kind of suggest
Yes.
that something might fall out of the blankets or the sheets or whatever, because then
Are
they
these
stick
women?
out-
So have you
they
guys
stick out a
watched these
leg and-
streams? Have you watched them? Because I've never watched one.
Not the full stream. I've come across.
can't
them,
Okay,
watched
so when
people
you
like
watch
that.
them, are they wearing bras? What are they wearing? Like a t-shirt?
Some
They're
T-shirts,
wearing a
some are
tank
just
top that
covered
fall
with
out.
the sheet.
I would.
I've seen a short
That's
on it.
gotta be boring, guys. I don't know. Just staring at somebody sleeping. That's so boring to me. Like, okay,
I want
what's
the
gonna happen
highlights.
next?
Like where
That's so
does she
boring.
fart? Where does she fart?
Yeah.
Give me a timestamp.
So that's so boring. So you're on the beach, right?
Yeah. Okay,
You're on the
I'm
beach.
listening. Go ahead.
And there's some nice ladies within your line of sight,
I think that's.
and one of them is moving around with a tiny bikini. You're not watching her to see if something pops off.
Yeah, but we're at the
Say
beach.
no, you're
though.
a big. You're
That's
a big
different, though. That's different,
We're at
Matty.
the
That's
beach.
a beach, right? This is someone sleeping. You're not
Yeah.
subconscious. I
Like,
don't
do I
know,
wanna hear them
man.
snore?
The thing is the same. You're watching it to see something. Oh, maybe that boob comes out of there,
But
or
it's
maybe she puts her leg this way, and I can see.
Yeah, but then these
some
channels
part.
wouldn't exist though if they had boobs popping out.
Right.
But that's the whole that's the whole thing behind
So it's
it.
the it's
They
it's,
don't
it's
have
the
boobs
wanting
popping
that
out.
happen. The
It's
need for
the
that to
idea of
happen.
it might happen.
Uh-huh.
Yes, I agree with one thing, Matthew. It's kind of the same, but the thing is, are you gonna sit 7 hours on a beach in the hope you see something happen? It's the time that you're investing that's a little different in the sense that if you go to a beach once and you are lucky, fine. Are you gonna go 5 days out of the week, spend 6 hours there in the hope?
No, but no. But that's not that's not the point either. It's just
It's time invested.
yeah. But if you're doing nothing else, it's like you're on the beach. You're not doing anything else. If you're in front of your TV, you don't have anything else to
Read
do.
what Cody
and you
just
want-
typed in chat. He said, "Do sleeping people make shorts from the street?"
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
What the fuck? What would it be a short of? Watch me roll over, right? Like what? What would? Watch me flick the blanket off. No,
Let
come
one
on.
rip.
Let-
Let one rip.
Well, doesn't what's her face from Twitch does this? She's literally streaming 24 hours a day, isn't she? What the hell's her name? Amaranth or whatever. Doesn't she do
24
that?
hours a day?
Isn't
I
her
think
stream
that's the
like
one I know
literally
that
24 hours a
sleeps.
day?
No.
I don't know. She was ASMR. She was pool gaming. I don't know what she's doing
She
now.
does everything, but she also doesn't really do it all the time. She just plays a video of her doing it, and people think that she's doing it.
See,
live.
you could do that. You could record sleeping and then pretend like that's sleeping. And then you could edit that, you know. I don't know. I'd be interested as to why people do watch it.
Which I'm sure most of them do. It's not a real live. Because
feel
then
like
you
we
run the
need,
risk of something. If you're
um,
really sleeping and it's live, you run and you're naked under the sheets, you run the risk of something popping out, and your channel is gone. So it's mostly recorded. It's all fake.
Yeah, we need a male counterpart to that. Scratching the balls, farting all the time.
Brie, would you look that up on Twitch? They do it. They do it on Twitch. I don't know about YouTube, but I know on Twitch they have sleeping streams.
Wake up
Do they get
donations.
donations then?
Wow. Well, the
Nothing's
idea of a
happening.
sleep stream might sound appealing. Twitch's guidelines generally discourage or prohibit content that is not interactive, live action related to a game being played. Huh. Interesting. All right, I'm gonna go poop and have lunch now. Thank you, guys.
Nice.
Be prepared for the next video on Jay Hayes because I'm going hard. Probably do a live
Nice.
tonight after I do the video of me doing drama. This is gonna be fun. Okay.